Hello everyone, today we are going to study about the circulatory system. As you know, circulatory system is also known as the cardiovascular system or the transportation system. Why? Because it is useful for the body in transporting of substances like gases, nutrients, waste, hormones, and even the excretory products are also removed from the body through the circulatory system. Now, the circulatory system is basically made up of three main components. That is your heart, which is the basic pumping organ. Then we have the fluid part, which is the blood. And we have a system of blood vessels, which is used in transportation of the blood throughout the body. Now, if we talk about the circulatory system, it is basically of two types. That is the open circulatory system and the closed circulatory system. Now, as the name is suggesting, open, that means the blood is flowing in the open body chamber. That means there is no blood vessels. And in the closed circulatory system, we have the blood which flows in the blood vessels. And this open circulatory system is basically found in your insects like cockroaches. And closed circulatory system, human beings are the best example for the closed circulatory system. Now we are going to study about the different components of the circulatory system one by one. So first, coming to the blood. Now, as you know, the body is basically made up of 60 to 70% of the body is basically made up of the blood, and the blood has four major components. That is, it has the liquid component, which is the plasma, and the cells. The cells are basically the red blood cells, the white blood cells, and the platelets. Now we are going to study about the various cells. First is the red blood cells. This is making the 99% of the blood, means 99% of the blood cells is your red blood cells, and it is red in color. Why is red in color? It is because it contains a pigment called hemoglobin, which gives red color to the blood, and it is basically useful for the transportation of oxygen throughout the body. Next, coming to the white blood cells. White blood cells are basically known as the soldiers of the body. Why? Because the main function of the white blood cells is to protect the body or to defend the body against diseases. Next coming is your platelets. So platelets is basically used for clotting of the blood. So if there is any wound in your body, it gets healed because of the platelets which are collected at the place of your injury. So platelets are related to your clotting of the blood. Next, the second topic is your blood vessels. As you know, the body, it has basically three blood vessels, three major categories. First is your arteries, veins, and the capillaries. So arteries are basically carrying the oxygenated blood, or we can also say pure blood, and they carry the blood away from the heart. Means the arteries will be transporting the blood from the heart to the various parts of the body. Second is your veins. Veins carry deoxygenated blood, means they will be carrying the carbon dioxide rich blood from the various parts of the body to the heart. And at the place of the tissues, we have the capillaries, which is basically allowing the exchange of the nutrients, waste, and gases inside the tissues. So we have three blood vessels: arteries, veins, and capillaries. Next, arteries. So as you know, arteries are always thick walled and they are lined with the smooth muscles, and they are basically carrying the blood from the heart to the various parts of the body. So they are usually carrying the blood at a very high pressure. That is the reason they are thick walled, and they carry the oxygenated blood or the pure blood. So capillaries, similarly, it is every body tissue will be having a vast network of the capillaries where the actual exchange of the nutrients or the waste product is taking place. Then coming to is the veins. So veins are basically thinner than the arteries. Why? Because as they are carrying the blood from the various parts of the body to the heart, means as the blood is flowing at a comparatively less pressure, so they are thinner in in your diameter, they have thinner walls, and they carry the deoxygenated blood or the impure blood, or we can also say the carbon dioxide rich blood. Next, coming to the major organ of the heart. So this is the basic diagram of a human heart. Now you can see that the human heart is basically a 4-chambered heart. 4-chambered heart, why? Because we have the heart which is divided into 4 chambers, that is 2 auricles, that means right auricle, which is also known as the atrium. So we have the right atrium, left atrium. Similarly, we have the right ventricle and we have the left ventricle. So that makes the human heart, which is 4-chambered heart. Now this 4-chambered heart, what is basically seen in the birds and mammals. Now you can easily say that in this kind of 4-chambered heart, we are not allowing the mixing of the blood. That means in the 4-chambered heart, we don't have the oxygenated and the deoxygenated blood which is being mixed up. Means the oxygenated blood flows separately and the deoxygenated blood also flows separately. That is the reason the auricles and the ventricles are separated from each other by valve. Between, that is, we have the wall which is present between the right auricle and the right ventricle, and we have the wall which is present between your left auricle and the left ventricle, which is not allowing the mixing of the blood. Thank you.